everyone, good afternoon. We are from Group 13 and today we will presentation about plant disease control technique. Before that, let me introduce our group. The first is Khairul, Amar, Awwala. The student numbers is 133200114 and the second is me. My name is Nabila Dyani. My student number is 133200115 and now we will begin the presentation.
Plant disease control. Plant disease control is carried out to protect plants or reduce the level plant damage. This control can be carried out in various ways, which are basically the management of the triangle, namely suppressing the population of pathogens as low as possible, making plants resistant to pathogen attack, and working on an environment that is beneficial to plant but not beneficial to pathogen life. Control methods generally aim to save the population rather than saving a few individual plants. Generally, damage or loss of yield of only a few plants from the plant population in a field is considered not a problem. Thus, control is generally carried out on plant population in an area. Although in certain cases, control can also be carried out on only one or a few individual plants, especially trees, ornamental plants, and sometimes virus-infected plants. Purpose and objective. The purpose of plant control is to improve the quantity and quality of the crops we cultivate, and the goal is to prevent economic loss and increase the value of the crops we cultivate. Loss due to plant disease. Loss obtained as a result of plant disease including first, reduced yield quantity, second, lowering the quality of the research, third, increased production costs for control, fourth, causes crop damage during transportation and storage, and five, cause disturbance to humans and animals that eat it. The concept of disease control in plants. The concept of disease control in plants includes 1. The principle of controls, namely the guideline of a control action. Second, control strategy, namely planning or management of the implementation of control efforts. Third, control tactics, is specially knowledge used for the purpose of controlling practice. And fourth, application of controls, namely control procedures that can be carried out in the field. Control principle. Plant disease control is basically classified into 1. Exclusion, namely efforts to prevent the entry of disease into new areas. Second, eradication, namely efforts to reduce and eradicate pathogen. Third, protection, namely the effort to provide protection to plant or prevent contact between the host and the pathogen. And fourth, resistance, namely efforts to reduce the spread of disease through the host by creating resistance to the host.
Exclusion. Exclusion has different strategy and with different technique. Strategy prohibition, techniques quarantine. Strategy interception, technique quarantine. Strategy elimination, technique disinfectant certification. Quarantine is carried out by prohibiting the entry of plant propagation material from abroad or outside the region and do border check on plant to prevent the entry of disease control into new areas. Biological disease control. There are several ways that can be done to control plant disease biologically, including the first is antagonism. Antagonist maintenance, the application of control by using antagonistic plant as intercrop, for example, Tagetes sp, or use of antagonistic organism against pathogen such as Trichoderma sp. The second one is plant growth by promoting rhizobacteria. Microorganisms in the rhizosphere have biological control activity against Pythium. The third is inducing resistance. The fourth is cross protection. Plants inoculated with weak virus strains suffer little damage but are protected from infection with strong strains. The fifth is mixed plant. And now another way to control plant disease is by chemical control. Chemical control is control that is chemical to eradicate pests. Chemical control uses pesticides as the main exterminator. The use of pesticide must be done wisely by paying attention to the dose, time, target, type, and concentration. If the pesticides are used not according to the rules, it will have a big impact on the environment. Another step to control disease in plant can be done by making rules that protect plant from disease, such as the first is plant quarantine. The purpose of plant quarantine is to prevent the importation and spread of plant destruction organisms to a country or area that is still free from the pest or plant destruction organism. The number two is eradication. Diseases that have just entered an area are eliminated as much as possible before they spread. This cleaning or eradication effort needs to be done by all people. This action must be based on regulation issued by the government.
Okay, thank you for your attention. That's enough from us. If there are shortcomings, we apologize. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.